Hope you had a great day. I hope you enjoyed the previous video. We're going to continue on with this game. We'll go right to resume game. So, hope you are enjoying it. Okay, where shall we go? We're going to go visit the usual suspect. Some detectives have a list of criminals and crime suspects, making their work easier. Well, it makes my work easier when I quickly find some suspects. Hank, what a coincidence finding you in my restaurant. But Sapphira, on the contrary, makes my job all the more difficult. So, is that a warrant in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm happy to see you. Hi, Sapphira. How nice to see you again. I'm so glad you had the time to come take a look at my new restaurant. Isn't it beautiful? Sapphira is the daughter of the Capone mob boss. Not that it's saying much. The mafia mostly dabbles in money laundering nowadays, and a restaurant is perfect for that. I need a drink, sorry. Orange pop. Yum. Yes, Sapphira, it must have cost you quite a pretty penny. It sure did, but I've been a good girl. I saved up to afford it. I'm sure you've been a good girl, and you definitely didn't pickpocket an entire restaurant when nobody was looking. Oh, Detective Hank, did you come here just to tell funny jokes? No, madam, I'm just on an investigation. Aw, can't even spare a little bit of entertainment for little old me? No, this is just an investigation, period. Excuse me? Are you making fun of my Jonder? How could I have? Period. No, it's just an expression. I'm not here to entertain you, Sapphira. What brings you here, then? Last night, the Golden Sneeze was stolen from the Museum of Ancient History. Did you have anything to do with that? Why would I have had anything to do with that? Look, Sapphira, I don't have time for this folly. You either answer my questions or you come down to the station with me. Are you blackmailing me? Are you making fun of my skin color? Well, so much for a bit of fun. No, detective. I had nothing to do with that robbery. I like gemstones. Gold isn't my style, so I would have stolen it solely for the money. And I didn't, by the way. Anyways, this restaurant is doing pretty well, so it would have been pretty stupid of me to hit up that dusty museum. Happy now? Yes, I think I am. Do you have anything else to add, Mrs. Capone? Well, I can see if I can hear something from the street, but you'll try to get me to do that anyway, am I right? I believe I may. Get out of here before I change my mind, detective. Where shall I go? I guess time to end the day. Day is nearing its end as I head home. Along the way, I receive a call from the office. Hank, what's the status of the Golden Sneeze case? Well, first of all, there's the crime scene. There doesn't seem to be any place of entrance. The thief has been very careful. We found a couple of drops of oil that do not belong in the museum. Found a torn-off black piece of cloth. It strikes me as odd that an artifact was stolen while there were no visitors signed in at the museum. And then I met that girl. This is no time to talk about your private life, detective. Hear me out, Captain. She blew up a part of a street. When I got hold of her, she asked me to give her the Golden Sneeze. I've got more than a hunch that she's connected to the case. Well done, detective. This will help the investigation immensely. We've got a lot of people on this case, and I want you to make sure the security at the museum is up to stuff. Tomorrow, you will help Mr. Abram ensure that not so much as a guppy could sneak in there. Understood? Understood, Captain. Understood, Captain. I don't like it, but I seem to be the best security expert at the Bureau. So now I'm stuck patching up the museum. Oh well, I don't mind looking at all the stuff they've got. I'll make sure to inspect all of the display cases very carefully. I get home before Mary does. The place is dark, so I stumble to find the light switch. Sometimes it's nice to have the house to yourself. I spoke too soon. Hey, hon, I'm home. I brought your in-laws with me. Great to see you back, sweetie. Let's say hi to your parent. Peter, how's life? How's the business? Same as always, Hank. Making a lot of steam. No pun intended, of course. Let's just say that we can handle the pressure. Paul, it's so nice to see you. So, tea cookies, everyone? As always, it gets late quickly when Mary's parents are over. In my life, I've never once understood the jokes about terrible in-law. I've always seemed to get along with mine perfectly well. Granted, I don't have a mother-in-law, but Mary's parents didn't give me the evil eye when I went to pick her up on her first date, our first date either. Plus, I love to hear their stories from the robot factory when they're over for tea. It's always a good time. Except maybe that one time when they conspired to steal my cookies. But that was last week, and I got them back in the end. Water under the bridge and all that. Honey, I'm gonna show the new doorbell mechanism to Peter. We'll be right back. Being left alone with my father-in-law is still just as awkward, though. So, I read on the news that you got some work to do with the Golden Sneeze case, don't you, Hank? Snap! Now he's starting incriminating me. I hate it when my in-laws want to know about my work. Come on, Hank. Reverse psychology. You know this. How do you know about that, Paul? Well, I just told you. I read it on the news. Double stamp. Why can't I be more professional at home? Fine, Paul. Let's see who will be interrogating who this evening. I must choose my replies carefully if I want to hold my ground. Yes, about that news. A lot happens in the city, the investigation going strong. A lot happens in the city. Today the Golden Sneeze was stolen, tomorrow it'll be something else. That Golden Sneeze is really something, isn't it? I wonder how much it's worth. Not good. He's not switching topics. Why can't I leave my work at work? Have you seen the museum, by the way? Of course, it's the crime scene. Of course I've seen the museum. I am investigating it at the moment. I find it exciting, a mystery surrounding the museum. I'm glad you're the one investigating it. Why can't I have a nice cup of tea when I'm in my own home? By the way, are there any suspects in the case yet? You aren't going to let it go, are you, Paul? Anyone who was at the museum? Have you been there recently? It depends. Have you been at the museum lately, Paul? I'm glad you're so thorough in your work, Hank. You know, when I was your age... Oh no, I'll cause Paul to go on a lamenting spree. And so, Paul kept talking on and on about WordTech. Ugh. Ding dong. It's a pretty neat mechanism. I installed it yesterday. So what have you two been up to? Oh, not much. Standard father to son in-law interrogation. Wait, what? To be continued. About to save your game. Game saved. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, because I need to do something. So, I hope you all are enjoying this game so far. Kind of interesting, I thought. So, as always, I hope you have a great day. Have a good one.